Today we're going to be talking about a deputy that got scared of a little Pomeranian dog charging after him, and he goes to shoot this dog, accidentally shooting someone that he's there to help instead. While all this is going on, he's claiming that he didn't shoot the person and denies it, and acts very unprofessional throughout the whole thing. In Arkansas, Deputy Brian Williams works at Columbia County's Sheriff's Office, and he was called to a scene for a DV incident. And when he arrived, he seemed to be very focused on the dogs in the vicinity. Upon arriving, he mentions the dogs twice and starts to become very defensive when he sees these dogs, which, considering their size, I really don't understand why. But we're going to take a look at the body cam footage and see what exactly happened in this situation.
You got some dogs in there too somewhere. Bunch of dogs in the house.
So they come up to the house and knock on the door, and there's dogs that show up at the door barking, making a lot of noise. And the deputy, Brian Williams, seems to get a little on the edge because of this. Maybe he had a bad experience with dogs in the past. I'm not sure. But in my opinion, if you can't handle dogs, you shouldn't be working in this type of job. Because that's exactly what Brian Williams couldn't do. He couldn't handle the fact that a little Pomeranian dog was running after him. In fact, he was so terrified that he had to use his firearm. And this all happens very quickly. As they let the door open to let the person come out to talk to the police, the dogs come out and he takes action quite quickly. He doesn't hesitate to use his firearm, which is very, very scary in my opinion. If you listen closely there, you could hear her say, "They won't bite." I'm sorry. It is something every owner of a dog always says. You don't have control over the dog. You don't know if they're going to bite. Now, a bite from these type of dogs, in my opinion, wouldn't have been that bad. I've got bit by small dogs often. It's not a big deal. It's not worth pulling out a gun over.
Get back! Get your dog! I'll kill him! Get your dog!
How unprofessional is it for somebody that's supposed to be there to protect you or help you solve a problem that's happening? How unprofessional is it that they're saying they're going to dog, get the F back? Like, what? That blows my mind that he's threatening to do that to this dog. I mean, at least try to be friendly first. Be like, hey boy, how you doing? I hope you're doing good. And then if you see like it feels and it's not showing any signs of niceness, then you can be like, all right, we got to figure out the dog situation before we can do this. Can you handle these dogs? Talk about it in a professional manner. Don't go to shoot the dogs right off the gate, like right out the gate. That don't make sense.
You better get your dog. I'll kill it.
Now, from what I understand, that shot right there was a warning shot. He shot it up in the air, I think. But even then, that's only going to make things worse, especially for the dogs, right? It's going to give them a lot of anxiety, and they're probably going to, fight or flight. Sure, they might have ran, but odds are you're making the situation worse. And to just shoot your gun like that, like, is that normal in Arkansas? I don't know what's going on here. You just shoot guns randomly as a warning? That's weird. Remind me to never go to Arkansas and call the police, because they probably will just start shooting their guns when they show up as a way to knock on the door. Having a pepper spray, pepper spray could have worked just fine here, right? Now, I don't know anything about pepper spray and animals, but it has to be better than shooting one.
Now get your house. Get back. You better get back. I'll kill it. Get back. Get back.
Hey, if you're enjoying this video and want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button. We're getting really close to 4,000 and I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. I hope you're having a good day. All right, so let's go forensics mode and slow down and back up and zoom in and see exactly what the threat of what was coming at him was here. So everything's chill. Everybody's having a good time until one starts running after him right here. He raises his gun and there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the threat. It's a cute Pomeranian. So she's sitting there screaming on the ground and the officers are staying calm and collective, but she's screaming, "I got shot." And he's saying, "No, you didn't. You didn't get shot. No, you didn't." And the officer that shot the gun doesn't even go over there and look to see, which is just really disappointing to me. Like, if you just shot your gun and somebody's screaming bloody murder, you should go over there and look and see if they're okay. Check it out. I don't know. Maybe it's a policy thing they have, but they should definitely have a policy for pulling out your gun on a little dog. So I don't think they're following policies here.
I shot who?
I think you shot the person that's screaming you shot me. I think he's just so stunned by her screaming that and him just feeling the adrenaline of shooting a gun that he probably is like, what? Really? What? Really? Are you sure? Who did I shoot? Why are you screaming?
Get in here.
I didn't shoot her.
This guy doesn't even take the time to go over there to see if he actually shot her. He's just like, no, I didn't. They're over there looking at the wound saying, you shot my aunt. And she's screaming it at the top of her lungs. And he's over here being like, no, I didn't. Not even going to look. Don't need to look because I know.
Yes, you did. This is who you called. This is who you called, Tina.
Oh my God! Call it. He shot my aunt. Thank God.
I didn't shoot her. I shot the dog.
Let me see what. Shelby.
Now, when I said earlier, he doesn't even go up and to look at the wound, the other police officer does, but he thinks that it's just a dog scratch. And then from here, the officer in front is like, you just have a little scratch on your leg. You want me to help you get up? And they're sitting there yelling at each other. She's yelling, saying, you shot me, while he's saying, no, I didn't. I shot the dog. It's just super unprofessional. So from here, they go on into a yelling match about whether she is shot or not. She goes on to say, I felt it hit me, and they're trying to calm her down. And then they ask if she wants help getting up. She goes on to say she's paralyzed because, well, she just got shot in the leg and she's feeling extreme pain right now, but the officers don't believe her. She goes on to explain how she's scared of them, and they continue to yell at each other with her saying that you shot me, and he says, no, I shot the dog. And they say that a couple times back and forth. And that's pretty much the story there. But can we back up a moment and take a look at how he was shooting his gun here? So when he goes to shoot his gun, his partner's up there, somebody's standing at the screen door, and the woman is standing at the front porch, and whoever else might have been inside the house. So he thought it was a good idea to take out his firearm, shoot it at the dog with that many people in front of him. It makes me ask myself, was this guy even trained to use a gun? Did they just give these guys guns and let them go out and do whatever they want? Because for him to just casually pull out the gun like that and use it in that way, it makes me feel like there was no training done there. There's not any policies or any kind of rules that they have set in place for these officers. And she got shot in the leg over a year ago, and that bullet is still in her leg to this day. I'm not sure why she didn't get it taken out. If there was complications there, maybe she couldn't afford it, I'm not sure. But she is trying to definitely get a lot of money out of this, which, you know, go for it. She's asking for $10 million after this. I know if I was in a situation like this, I'd probably be trying to get as much money as possible too, because they got lucky that no one was seriously injured from this. The fact that no one died is a shock to me. It's a sign of like good luck. Like, you're very lucky that bullet didn't just move up a couple feet and hit you somewhere where it could have been lethal. To just shoot your gun like that carelessly is crazy to me, that this police officer is still working for them today. And the sheriff made a statement to this, defending the deputy that was in that video, saying that the deputy was cleared by the Arkansas State Police and the prosecutor's office of any wrongdoing in this incident. This incident was handled by the previous sheriff, and I too will stand with our deputy on this matter. So they must have some pretty evidence for him to not be getting in trouble for this. I'm curious if they're trying to put the blame on that department for possibly not training him correctly, but I feel like it just takes common sense to know to not pull out your gun and shoot it in a direction of many other people like that, even if you're pointing at the ground, especially so close, because it can just ricochet. And that's what it did. And to use it on dogs like that, like, dude, just take the bite. Like, it's not going to hurt. You're there to serve and protect. So a little dog bite from a Pomeranian's not going to kill you. Now, if it was a German Shepherd or something of that nature, I can see why you might feel the need to use a gun. But even then, you could use pepper spray or whatever else that's non-lethal that gets animals off of you. I don't know. The justice system was just really weird and messed up to me. And I can't believe what I see sometimes on the internet. But I'd like to know what you think, so let me know in the comments down below what you think about this whole situation. I thought it was really bizarre and weird, especially that he still has his job.
Yeah.
but I'd like to know what you think. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here. And if you want to support more content like this and get your name at the end of my videos, consider becoming a Patreon. The link to that is in the description. Check it out and see if there's some benefits you might want. I'll see you in the next one.